Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode, we got a problem. Brand new generator, Westinghouse, not even 5 hours on it. And it does not want to stay running. It starts up, runs, and runs just fine for about 10, well, let's say about 30 seconds. And then the yellow light comes on and it shuts down. Let's see if we can fix it. Welcome to Man Time. Yeah, I just don't even know why I buy new things nowadays. You know, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? You either get a project that you need to work on for a while, or you get somebody's lemon, or you buy something new and you've also got a lemon. There's just no winning, it seems like, anymore. I've got an old, like 80s Coleman generator that finally died. You know, the generator part of it just quit working, and so I retired that unit. But anyways, I was trying. So it was a critical time. Like when we needed the generator, it was late. We needed to air up some air mattresses. Had company over and all that. And it was a windy night, and I had the exhaust pointing toward the wind. And I guess the two lights here are for your CO sensor, right? Carbon monoxide, and that's right here. And so I found a video of somebody that was having the same problem. Oddly enough, when he tried to start his generator, it was also windy. So that might be an indicator that I'm on to the right video to try to fix this. But what he did was he took off his O2 sensor here, and just for testing purposes, which is what I'm going to do, was able to get it to work with the O2 sensor taped off. But let me show you what it's doing to start off with, I guess. And you're going to need a set of safety bits. Those are like the Torx head with the little hole in the middle. I think this was a T20 with a hole in the middle to get that off of there. I attempted this yesterday, and no luck. But we'll start it up and show you what it was doing here. And I'll speed through, you know, so you don't just have to sit there and watch this run for 30 seconds and then have it shut down. But for video purposes, we'll start it up, let it run, and then and see what happens, you know. So we'll choke it. Yeah, and then it wouldn't restart after. So in the manual it says if that happens, you're going to have to restart it with the start button. Unfortunately, you know, the battery's dead, of course, so that's not going to work. Okay, so we aren't going to stop the camera. You can see there, yellow light's on, and in the manual, basically, if that yellow light comes on, it means that this thing is having an issue. The only solution to that is to call Westinghouse's 1-800 number. So, the gentleman in the other YouTube video was having the same issue, and all he did was take some electrical tape and wrap it around the there's little holes, you know, on either side here. So we are going to try that same thing. I don't know why covering up the holes would be a solution. I don't know, but we'll give it a shot here. Alright, so if you turn the start-stop switch on and off like a couple times, that yellow light does eventually go off. So I don't know. We'll try the tape method here, and then it won't restart like on its own. So here you go. you've got to choke it and then like bring it off a choke right away before it floods out. Okay, well, so don't believe everything you see on YouTube. Taping that off did absolutely nothing for me. Just for shits and giggles here, let's just unplug it completely. Let's see if that does anything. Okay, that didn't work either. No lights that time. Just shut it down. So I need to figure out which one of these is hot. Let me grab a voltmeter real quick and we can see if we can figure this out. Yeah, so I've gone through and tested like a bunch of these. What I'm finding is that there's not a lot of information being gained here. I did find the hot wire. There's a white one on here, and I think there's also maybe a pink one. Let's see. Yeah, I've got 5 volts coming from this pink wire, and then from the white wire, 8 volts. And then I guess we can ohm them out here. Okay, well, I guess I'm calling the 800 number, and we will check back in. So here's the update on the Westinghouse generator. I ended up getting with customer service, sending my old unit back, getting a refurb unit. So there's that. I went to put the wheels on, do the assembly like I did in a previous video, and the pins were not the right size, the wheel pins. They must have done some sort of design change at some point, and the pins have gotten much smaller, which makes sense. I mean, that's a pretty good cost reduction to go from this big pin here to this smaller pin. Or maybe this just goes to a different model. I don't know, but the small end of it did not fit through the tab on the generator, and then also it wasn't long enough to actually get the cotter key in it. So there is the correct pin. They had to send me that one. So this is months later. From the time that I shot the first part of this video until now, it has been 3 months, maybe, somewhere thereabouts, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to block off the carbon monoxide sensor with some electrical tape. It's not a required thing on a generator, and it's an additional failure point, and had I had it to do over again, I would have ordered the non-O2 censored model, which I would suggest to you if you're looking at getting a generator in general, right? Oh, now the washer doesn't fit. That's for a smaller sized thing. Okay. Anywho, I'm going to get this thing going. I already put some gas in it, got it fired up, so it does actually work. I think doing that to the carbon monoxide sensor will ultimately be the right thing to do in order to keep it running good from now and into the future. So that's going to do it for today on Man Time. Guys, get out there. Have you some man time too.